Hello, my name is Joy Lakra. I am pursuing my PhD in Social Sciences at Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai. My research interests are Adivasis, land, forest, natural resources, decolonizing methodology, Adivasi perspective, indigenous paradigm, and worldview. I have been working on social and religious movements among the Adivasis in Jharkhand, particularly in the districts which are on the southern part of Jharkhand, and also in the districts of Jaspur and Raigad in Chhattisgarh. And it was very important for me to investigate or conduct a research on the social and religious movements, and very particularly from the perspective of the Adivasis, because in academics, Adivasi communities have been largely understood or looked from the framework of the dominant communities, and in the context of Adivasis, it is from the lens of the caste societies. Adivasi societies are non-caste societies, and it makes it does not we don't arrive at a uh, uh, close to the to what Adivasi societies functions, about their social, about their culture, about their religious organizations, if we look them from the perspective of the castes. So it was very important to look at the Adivasi societies from their own perspective, from the Adivasi perspective. So uh, the interest uh, my interest uh, to study or to understand the social and religious movements among the Adivasis comes from my own reading, where I have where I have seen or understood that Adivasi societies are are being not being understood from their own perspective. So it was very important that Adivasi societies needs to be understood from their point of view. And second reason was that there is a renewed vigor and renewed enthusiasm among the Adivasis, particularly the youths, uh, on their claim, or on their uh, resurgence of their identity, culture, and their belief system. So, Adivasi communities are strongly expressing their uh, culture, belief system, language, and making on the basis of these, they are trying to make certain claims. And thirdly, there is uh, a demand among the Adivasis for the recognition of their distinct religious identity, and which is across the country. Some of the movements may be larger, some of the movements may be very smaller, but however, these movements are going on for quite some time now. And fourth reason was that uh, uh, there are significant challenges which is being posed by the Adivasis to the dominant narrative or dominant view of how do we understand history, how do we understand culture, or how do we understand even religion. So, in the recent past, we have seen how Adivasis have also started celebrating the the celebrating uh, festivals which are dedicated to Ravan or Mahisasur. So these have become not only religious festivals are all, but also a counter narrative to the hegemonic discourse around religion and caste in the country. So these are very interesting phenomena which have been occurring around us in the societies for last few years, and these have become a very important indicators for me to delve into the social and religious movements among the Adivasis. So uh, uh, there is there are around 79 lakhs people in the country who do not align themselves to any of the uh, religion in the country, and they call themselves other religious persuasion. So out of 79 lakhs, 42 lakhs are in Jharkhand alone. And in Jharkhand, among very particularly among the Adivasis, those who have identified themselves as ORP are 46%, little more than 46%, and those who have identified themselves as Hindus are little more than 37%, and those who identified themselves as Christians are little more than 15%. So what I would like to bring home with this data, which is from 2011 census, is that uh, the there's high percentage of ORP, other religious persuasion, among the Adivasis, which is clear indication that uh, there's a movement for a distinct religious identity among the Adivasis, who do not align themselves, or who prefer to call themselves a distinct religious identity, as opposed to other uh, supposedly mainstream religious identities. And here also the data also shows that uh, this narrative that there is Adivasis are gradually becoming Hindus, or Adivasis are gradually becoming Christians. There may be influences of Christian missionaries. There also may be influences of uh, Hindutva based organizations uh, who are trying to bring Adivasis to their own fold. However, we should not miss the point that a big chunk of the Adivasis communities have who actually want a very distinct religious identity, which is actually centered around nature, which is centered around environment, and it presents an alternative worldview to the world. It presents an alternative narrative. It also calls us to reflect on our own value systems, and think about the value system which actually should govern our life, and which would help us in sustaining this world and environment for a longer period. What I have actually done during my research is that I have visited uh, uh, various places, met number of people, community leaders, youths, and I have interacted with them and had conversation with them, talked to them, and heard about their narrative, shared about our ideas, our knowledge, and basically I have followed the Adivasi method of telling stories. So Adivasis in different festivals, they tell stories, they narrate stories. The elders in the villages would narrate stories, or narrate the stories or creation myth, and this is how knowledge is transferred So I have used this as sharing knowledge and gaining knowledge from the people whom I met. And since I have collected data from multiple sites and multiple people, and uh, uh, they are not only they are multiple in terms of they are located in the field is located in multiple places, but people also have multiple identities, and they could also be located in different sites at different times and different intervals. So it was very important to follow people at different sites and different intervals, to follow their narrative, to follow their stories, to follow their histories. So I adopted multi-sited ethnography to conduct my field work. And yeah, and so what I discovered or what I found is that uh, uh, there is it's Adivasi society, their worldview, their social life, their cultural life, their religious life. It's like a web. People are all connected with one another, and they are all in constant interaction with one another. And it is a very complex, it's a very complex and multi dimensional. This is as opposed to earlier anthropologists who would say that Adivasi societies are simple societies, Adivasi societies are not complex, and so on and so forth. However, what I came across is that Adivasi societies are very diverse and complex, and they are engaged in multiple social and economic activities, and they also inhabit in uh, different social different social and geographical locations. They are in villages, they are in urban area, they are in forest area, they are in hills, they are in mountains. So different places Adivasis are located. And Adivasi movement for distinct religious identity is directed towards autonomy and self-governance. Um, it is about how Adivasis would control their social, economic, and moral lives, and this is how they would like to put forward their movement by presenting an alternative worldview, and also challenging and questioning the dominant narrative which has been built uh, for decades, and which has made them subjugated and brutalized uh, and completely decimated their knowledge systems. Adivasi history, culture, and traditions are all uh, part of a system which actually uh, challenges the dominant discourse. So, the moment there is an assertion of the Adivasis with regard to their history, culture, and the traditions, it also means that they are also questioning the system, the questioning the value system which has been put on them, and also questioning the system of giving education, which has actually not able to bring Adivasi discourse or Adivasi perspective as part of their education system or curriculum. And uh, religious belief system of the Adivasis need to be recognized, needs to be accepted as an alternative worldview, as a as as a value system which actually helps us to understand this world better, to protect this environment, and to protect ourselves. Thank you.